Hello and welcome back to Chapeauetry. Today's poem is by Icelandic poet and scientist Jónas Hallgrímsson, and so I'd like to thank my friend Saga who introduced me to his work. It's really been fun getting to know him. I've also attached some features of Icelandic geology to my hat. These are basalt columns. Obviously they're not perfectly hexagonal. I didn't have a lot of hexagonal things lying around the house, so I just worked with what I had. This is a poem that recounts a story from a famous Icelandic saga, Njál saga, which if you're going to be starting in on saga literature, that's definitely a good one to start with. It's quite exciting, really. So this is Gunnar's Holm by Jónas Hallgrímsson and translated by Dick Ringler. The sun's imperial pageant in the west purples the Eyjafjalla glacier, standing huge in the east beneath its icy crest. It dominates the summer dusk, commanding the screes beneath it, sketched against the cold sky like a reef where tattered clouds are stranding. Hugging its roots, cascading waters hold hoarse conversation with the trolls where wary Frosty and Fjallar hoard their secret gold. Northward you see the summit mountains, very sober and formal in their blue-black frocks, but girt with green where steep and valley marry, and helmed with snow above their sable rocks. They stare at tarns whose streams will soon be plying their way through meadows filled with lazy flocks, and sprinkled thick with little farmsteads, lying deep in the shadow of the sheltering heath. Far to the north, its snowy peak defying the heavens, Hekla stands on guard. Beneath its bulwarks, bound in dungeons deep as night, terror and death are gnashing greedy teeth, while high above them palisades of bright obsidian glitter, glassy as a mirror. From there you look on scenes of pure delight. Wood River glides through leafy glens, then nearer, murmuring more softly, makes its leisured way through farmlands ripe with radiant harvest, dearer than gold, and grassy meads where cattle stray. High on the hillsides fragile blossoms gleam, golden-clawed eagles glide above their prey, for fish are flashing there in every stream, and whirring throngs of thrushes flit and trill through birch and beech groves lovely as a dream. Now from the farmstead highest on the hill, two mountain men ride solemnly, descending down toward the ocean. Though the air is still, the wind's at peace, a raging sea is sending its swell against the sand shoals, where it raves in angry warfare, ancient and unending. Anchored offshore, a ship from Norway braves the whirling surf, its sail still furled, and turning dragon-head proud to face the furious waves. Aboard this boat, their spirits proud and burning, two brothers now must leave their native land, destined to suffer years of homesick yearning, far from their loved ones on a foreign strand, outlaws and exiles, sent abroad to hide and pay the penalty the laws demand. Handsome and strong, his halberd at his side, Gunnar is leaving Hlíðarendi's hall. Beside him, girt with grey blue sword, astride a blood-red stallion, sitting staunch and tall and tied to Gunnar with intense devotion, Kolskeggur rides, a man admired by all. Thus in a comedy of mute emotion, the brothers guide their horses from the farm. Kolskeggur gazes out across the ocean, while Gunnar, glancing backward, finds the charm of home so master him, he does not care that savage foes have sworn to do him harm. Never before has Iceland seemed so fair. The fields so white, the roses in such glory, such crowds of sheep and cattle everywhere. Here will I live, here die, in youth or hoary, helpless old age, as God decrees. Goodbye, brother and friend. Thus Gunnar's gallant story. For Gunnar felt it nobler far to die than flee and leave his native shores behind him, even though foes, inflamed with hate and sly, were forging links of death in which to bind him. His story still can make the heart beat high, and here imagination still can find him, where Gunnar's home, all green with vegetation, glistens amid these wastes of devastation. Where fertile meads and fields were once outspread, foaming cross river buries grass and stubble. The sun-flushed glacier with its snowy head sees savage torrents choke the plains with rubble. The dwarves are gone, the mountain trolls are dead, a desperate land abides its time of trouble. But here some hidden favour has defended the fertile home, where Gunnar's journey ended. I'm afraid that's a bit of a spoiler for those of you who haven't read the saga. Thank you so much for watching, and please do come back for the next one.